tomato juice alone.
Not intended to replace vegetables and potatoes in the diet.
A potato is a vegetable.
It says not intended to replace vegetables and potatoes.
This is an argument we have every time I make potatoes.
They're a root.
You don't count as a vegetable like for a dinner. You would make like a meat and a potato and a vegetable, right?
Not necessarily.
No, because potatoes are vegetables.
Just like you might make, broccoli and corn.
Yeah. But like, what would you...
Carrots and...
Is a carrot a vegetable?
Yeah.
Carrots is a root?
I say it's a
Potatoes are tubers.
Technically,
It's a starch.
any product of plant is a vegetable.
Yeah.
As long as you can eat
Everything is and isn't a vegetable.
it. I'm not a
Anyway.
I think it's a parallel of rice. Potatoes and rice are similar things.
Yes, in a parallel.
And they're
universe.
both vegetables. Technically.
I don't think of rice as being part of a plant.
What do you think rice is?
Rice is a grain.
Yeah, rice is a grain.
No, where
Which
does
is
grain
part of
come
it.
from?
God.
God. That is true.
Gonna argue me on that. I should probably get my dice tray out. Okay, so previously, real quick, the announcements. Our beloved Biomi is story-wise going to be staying in Red Range to help Andromeda and to protect Aphrodite's body as you journey. Out of game, Candy has other prior engagements that she is going to be participating in, which is totally fine. And she may show up from time to time, which will fit into the story because she has her horse, so she'll just catch up to you guys. But for the time being, Biomi is kaput.
Go on.
She's gone, she's dead, she died.
I have 3 emeralds.
What about all the stuff she had?
She keeps it with her.
I can't just steal it.
No.
You could.
I don't know if she had anything like useful other than the gold.
Yeah.
Like stuff we would want.
Yeah. I mean, you could text her and ask her, but yeah.
You're like, darn, she's holding that bag of holding kind of
You
thing.
guys would have taken the bag of holding with you.
I don't know where it is. Who has it? What's in it?
I have no idea.
I don't think I have it.
I don't
I
know.
thought Kronos did.
What's it?
Holding.
The bag of
Bag
holding.
of holding.
The only was holding on to it, I thought.
Great.
Yeah.
Bailey gave it to
Do
her.
we know
Leonie
what it
gave
was?
it to
Do we know
someone.
what was in it?
Nope.
Text her and ask her.
I have no
She's
idea.
not gonna
I
know.
don't think she knows.
She'll be
Oh.
flabbergasted if she knew.
So previously on Giddy Up Roll High,
Yeah, well,
Plop Hop. Your DM fell asleep at the table.
So I'll just take a minute.
so we just gotta do whatever we want.
Yep.
I want to kill the merchant.
He's not with you.
I'm gonna find him.
Yeah. You travel up, past the Misty Sea, up to the edge of the Deadwood, to the town of, the city. Give me a second. Florence. Florin. Which is where one of the towers used to be. Upon getting close to it, though, you noticed on the horizon that there was no tower, which seemed very strange because there definitely should have been a tower there. So, getting a bit closer, and talking to some of the locals, you learned that there had been an attack on the tower about a few months ago. Getting closer to the site of where the tower used to be, Daisy was able to locate her old headmistress, whose name is escaping me. Don't remember her name.
Headmistress Delilah.
Delilah. To inform Daisy that it was the attack on the tower was a very quick and well coordinated attack. These automaton beasts seem to appear out of nowhere and pop out of the snow like daisies and blow up the tower. She was able to survive by taking the teleportation circle, which did malfunction and threw her a few blocks away from the tower, but she was able to escape with some of the children. And yeah, now the party is heading into the Deadwood to Ivy's old stomping grounds, looking for a man named Bartholomew, not Benjamin, Bartholomew.
Benjamin.
Barthanjamin. Or Benolomew.
I like Barthanjamin
I like
better.
Barthanjamin, yeah. Named Bartholomew. To try and get him to help heal Kronos' daughter, Aphrodite.
If I remember right, last thing we ended on was Tyrellin goes, "You know the way," and I was like, "Yes." But I want to know where everybody is right now.
Oh, where exactly are we? Be like,
Oh,
are we
yeah.
still by the
You mean
tower then?
relative to the group?
Relative to the group, are you riding your horse? Are you in the wagon? Where is everybody?
I would be like leading my horse through the city.
Well, are you riding our horse?
Like, because I think we were
Where
going
are you?
into,
Yeah, where are you? Are you steering the wagon? Because if you're not, I'll steer the wagon.
I think last time you were steering the wagon.
I'll
So
steer
it was
the
just from the city if you continued on. Or something.
Yeah, I'll steer the wagon.
I'll be on the horse.
Maybe I'll be sitting on the front of the wagon next to Jax.
Then I'll be on my horse in the back of the group.
I'll be like mid-back.
Mid-back.
Can a dwarf ride a horse? Would you have to ride like a pony?
Like a donkey.
High stirrups.
Short horse, high
Short
stirrups.
Yeah, little kids ride horses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be on the horse behind.
Which is great because this song is called Horse
Horse
Riders.
behind.
Rude.
Nice.
That's candy bowl.
Just the back legs.
Do you want the styrofoam?
I'll have one green one, please.
One green styrofoam
One
coming
green
right up.
styrofoam, please. Thank you. I regret my decision immediately. Just immediately.
Packing peanuts?
And Kronos was in the back, right, of the wagon.
No.
I
He's
don't
on
know
a
what you
horse
said.
behind.
I'll ride on a horse.
Riding horse. Okay.
He's riding a horse
I'll
behind.
back the wagon.
They're extremely healthy.
Has veggie in the name.
Since when do you care about your health?
Since tomorrow. No bake reasons.
Relatively snackable.
Alright, lead the way.
Tell me which way to go.
Can we stop for a minute?
Sure.
Screech. What's wrong? I look around suspiciously.
I need to talk to everybody. So if we can get everybody up here.
Okay.
I'll dismount my horse.
Same.
How's this Stacy do?
Same.
Unless you get up.
I don't know what to do. Because every fiber of my being is screaming at me to turn around and run.
Are they gonna have a problem with you being with us?
Like, I know you all are my friends, like you don't care.
Right.
But the people up ahead, my hometown, the ones that are supposed to be my people, they know.
They know?
They found out. And it wasn't pretty.
While you were still here?
Yeah. I was gonna die. So I might not, like, just make sure, like, no one knows.
It was just you?
Like, that it's me, like, you know anything about me? Like, I'm, like, maybe I'm not from here. Like,
Okay.
like,
Don't let them recognize you.
yeah. Like, I really don't, I have to know I have to find out where she is. I have to make sure she was able to move on peacefully, because I can't let what happened to back at the cave happen again. So
Let who? No.
the townspeople, like the people.
Okay. All right.
But I need to find out where. I need to find out about Solosia.
Who's that? Should we look out for her?
No,
Description?
she's my mother. She raised me. She was the one that taught me all I know about the way of the druids, and she took care of me.
Okay. Yeah, we will definitely keep.
Did they know you as Ivy?
No.
So we're good just sticking with that.
So they should.
But I don't know if they caught me as I ran, and if they, because when I ran, like, I ran away.
You're saying that.
But I didn't know what I was or how to control it, and I just ran, and I turned into I became Ivy. So I don't know if they know that that's.
Maybe another persona would be better fit.
Maybe. How about Oak?
I think Oak will blend in quite nicely.
She changes to that kind of thin, blonde hair.
Dusty blonde hair.
Dusty blonde hair. I know everyone can support me, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
If things go sideways, we'll definitely help you get out.
So what's the name we were looking for?
Solosia.
I was gonna say salacious.
You might need to spell that for them.
C-E-L. Yeah, C-E-L-O-S-I-A.
Solution.
So that's a
Solosia.
lot less letters than I was going to write.
So are we running into a hostile tribe?
If you recall as the peddler had called them, honoring.
Okay.
They're very closed in their group. They know each other and take care of each other, but there's very much a insiders, outsiders.
But they do not reject outsiders.
They're
Physically?
defensive.
Okay.
They don't want anything inside that they disagree with.
Understood.
So I'm Oak. If you slip and call me Ivy, maybe it's short for Ivan and it's Ivan Oakland. I don't care, but this is Oak.
Okay. So we just get in. We need get out. Is there someone we should go to in particular for what we need to get?
Bartholomew is the leader of the clan I was in.
So just the classic "take me to your leader" will suffice.
Yes. And looking for Solosia could even be like, as the guild we're searching for this person in Solosia. We don't need to know the details.
You expect her to be alive, or
No.
No. Okay. So we're looking for a grave. Hopefully. Gotcha.
Hopefully.
In the terms of magic, there are some things worse than death. Or beyond death. Shall we away then?
Woo!
All right.
Switch spots, Jax. I know my way
Please.
around, but
Please.
Just jump
Sorry.
over.
I'll just stand up on the seat and you just stand up in front and I'll... Yeah.
And we continue our way.
Is Ivy/Oak wearing jewelry?
I have on
Like just like decorative jewelry or at all?
not really decorative, but she has the they it has I have a necklace of adaptation, which is like a
Okay.
gold, kind of like a gold, and then a ring. I have the ring of protection, which is kind of like a shield.
That you're both leaving on?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Like if I take them off, I'm.
I mean, okay. I just wonder, like,
But I didn't have them before, so.
okay. But you're not like, I
They're-
better take these off kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't think I'm wearing anything previously identifiable.
Right.
The hair, I gotta keep track of. Hood's up.
Control your emotions.
So the cloak hood is pulled up.
Well, maybe
Just
Charlie
in
can get you his
case.
hat.
That's a bad idea.
Okay.
So you continue on through the Deadwood, and you start recognizing some
Oak is now much in control. Where
You-
before.
you start recognizing some oh, did you find it? We put a treat in an Easter egg, and she's such an idiot, she doesn't.
She knocked it down.
It's about as much as she can do. So you're starting to recognize some of the landscape around you. You recognize, certain little ponds that you pass. At one point, you pass a very familiar blueberry patch, and you kind of stop and carry on.
Familiar to you?
Familiar to my character.
Not to me.
Okay.
And you start seeing, well, you wouldn't see because you're in the woods, but you're following, it's not really a paved path. It is a path more so than like a deer path, but it's kind of just like a well-traversed, like a hiking path almost.
It's like two
Dirt.
ruts for wheels.
Pretty much, yes.
And short grass.
Yeah.
To
And
no
you
grass.
start smelling the smoke of like campfires and stuff. You wouldn't really be able to see it too much since it's daytime and everything. But it takes you a few hours, and you get to what you would recognize is the edge of one of the few locations that the tribe usually is. They do travel around depending on where the game is and what they need for that time of year. So you know that this would be where they are located right now. As you get closer, you start hearing the sounds of like some music and some like children laughter, and it sounds like a very pleasant. You start smelling like campfires and things cooking and stuff.
Can you check what time it is?
Sure, it is about like 3-ish.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
What?
What a pocket watch?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Gold one.
Cool.
And you see two little kids come running up to your wagon, which you see followed behind them a little bit of ways is a very pregnant half elf. But you see the two little kids come running up. And you're like, are you from outside the woods?
To the wagon?
Yeah,
Okay.
Just to whoever.
yeah. They're just like walking beside you, like looking at you guys. Well, and it's a little boy and a little girl. They look to be about twins in age, about like 6, 7, 8-ish. There's a rabbit! He's got weird legs. What's that? That's a dwarf! That's a dwarf! Oh my gosh! Wow! Ash! Elm! Come away from them! And they come running back to their mom. Sorry, Mama! The mother just kind of gives you like a and walks her kids off.
The like thing like this, where she like stands there
Yep.
with her hands on her hips, like
The mother stare out.
yeah, it's like
I'm like, hi.
here we go.
Yep.
I think.
Mhm.
Got it.
This is a very similar welcome that you get the further in. Is that some of the younger ones seem to be a little curious. The older ones are kind of just like, who are you? What do you want? All business. Like, not very. The environment is welcoming. The people are not.
Are we looking for a city or just a camp?
More of a camp.
Okay. Will they be from it?
They might be, but you'll see. It's more of a condensed.
You're getting into the area now. As you get further in, you get into the main camp, which is a mixture of like tree houses, like the kind of Swiss Family Robinson, almost like platforms in the trees, with then like tarps and canopies and stuff hanging over it, but still a very like open air feel about it. And then further down, you see there are more sturdier. Some of them are more along lines of like canopies, almost with like branches placed up with tarps over them, or like strung between a couple of trees with some like rocks or something piled up. So it is a very makeshift, quickly set up. The people you would see in the trees are more of the older children, like 12 and up, and the adults, and then the ones that you would see resting or playing around is the mothers with younger children or older people. So you kind of get the idea that like, oh, okay, they have those that can stay in the trees, stay in the trees. The ones that probably you're not safe to climb, stay on the ground.
How often do you move from location to location?
Changes generally with the season, but
Impressive.
if the game is not available, we move again.
So are we stopping on the border of this, or are we heading into the settlement?
I would suggest taking a calm approach. So maybe if we dismount from the wagon and horses and walk.
Should we tie it up to a tree?
Let's keep it with us.
Walk the wagon.
As you are,
Dismount.
oh sorry, go ahead.
I'll dismount. Walk
As you are
next to my horse.
Going further in, not like old, but like 60s, late 50s, 60s year old. I mean, like he's not like decrepitly aged.
For elves.
He's an elder.
Right.
Walks up with a walking stick. Good day. How may we help you travelers? And you would recognize this as Elder Fen.
Ben, T-H-E-N.
Yes.
Okay.
We are looking for an elf by the name of Bartholomew. Hopefully he can help us with a problem we've been having.
We have no king here, but I know Bartholomew. He is our leader.
Did I say king?
What did you say?
An elf?
Oh, it sounded like you said an elf king.
No.
Okay, that is right.
Yeah. I was
By
like,
the name.
I just heard you wrong.
And I said
by
the
the
elf
name.
by the name of
Oh.
Bartholomew.
okay.
I heard elf king
Okay.
Bartholomew. Sorry. So I was like, why are you giving me a weird look? I'm like, when did I tell you he was a king?
Right now.
When did he tell you?
This might be a bit more difficult than you anticipated. Come with me, I will take you to our leader.
That was easy.
He starts hobbling off with his cane.
Is he trustworthy? Can I make an insight check on him? Make sure he actually is leading
I
us.
just learned about this guy that I've known for a long time.
Alright.
Make up whatever you want about him. You know him.
He's
11.
like, and I can't say it because it might change how you guys act.
He doesn't seem untrustworthy in the sense of like, oh, I don't know if I can trust him, but he does seem kind of untrustworthy in the sense of he doesn't know if he can trust you. You do get a bit of a like standoffishness from him, but not like a you know, oh, I should attack this guy. Please stop attacking all the time. But he leads you over to the
But,
base.
like,
yeah.
I was like, when you kind of asked that, it was almost like a don't ask kind of a, like.
Yeah.
Are you off the wagon and walking?
Yes.
I'll be off, and I'm gonna leave my stick in the wagon, in the back.
Holding the lizard dude.
He takes you over to one of the trees that has like some spiral stairs, like a rope ladder essentially, but like spiraled down the tree. So like, or like stairs, but not like embedded into the tree. So it can, you know what I mean. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not explaining it well. You know what I mean.
All right.
And he comes over to the base of it and looks up and goes, Leader Ackley, we have guests. And you see a young elfin boy. Well, not young elfin boy. In his like mid-20s-ish, come and grab a vine and slide down a vine and just. Oh yeah, he's fine. Just making sure he doesn't like completely. Yeah.
He just dies right in front of us. At such a young age too.
He starts sliding
Oh,
down
wow.
the vine.
I'll waste my time the whole night.
And you see before you a tall elven man, young man, but still, you know, in his early 20s, red hair, long, a very, like, a face right on that verge between, like, you're like a teenager to, oh, okay, you're a man, I can keep you. Like, it's kind of surprising seeing someone of this appearance being the leader of, like, this group. And he walks over to you and goes, hello, I'm Leader Fan Ackley. What can I do to help you?
We are here looking for Bartholomew.
That is my father.
Great.
May I ask to what end you are seeking him?
We need his help with life force transference.
Magical mishap.
My father is skilled in these ways. Unfortunately, about a week ago, my father and some of our other members of our tribe were kidnapped by slavers.
Do you know from where they were?
They came from the Vragmounts, that direction. I
Which
don't know.
is.
No.
Do we recognize that?
The Vragmounts?
Yeah, the back.
As the
That's the mountain range.
Oh, okay.
The Dwarven Mountains.
I don't know
Okay.
what they want, but
Well,
I was out on a
slavers,
hunting party at the time.
slaves.
They took my husband and my wife, who's with child. My father! Sorry, they took my father!
I was
They
like.
took my husband and my wife!
I was like, I need.
We're a very close-knit group.
Okay.
They took my father, Bartholomew, and my wife, Lily, who is newly with child.
Oh, okay. Well, any leads you have would be helpful. We will go find them. This is very important.
They went further into the Deadwood. We've been unable to track them. It's almost as if they appeared out of nowhere and took them and vanished.
So you, if we were to find him, you think in repayment he would help us?
Oh yes.
Great.
They were Dwarven?
Not entirely. Their leader was a half orc. He wore a white fur around his neck. They appeared in the middle of the night. We didn't get much of a look of them. As I said, they seem to have this attack well planned.
How many?
From what we could tell, a dozen perhaps, a half dozen somewhere.
Shouldn't be a problem. They just point us in direction where they were taken from. We will make sure.
Well, they went further into the deadwood.
That way.
Yes. He points to the corner of the map.
So
The map you have.
southwest, which is that one.
Yes.
Okay. I look around for any objections.
No.
Let's go get our man then.
How, if I don't mind asking, how did you hear of my father's? There are not many that know of his abilities.
I was able to get in contact with
Amir?
a daughter of Amir Aster and got direct connection, and that was their suggestion.
Yes, my father is in close connection with the Amir Mars. They are very, very much a respected force in these parts. Thank you. I wish we had more that we could do, but we've had men go out searching for them, and we're unable to locate them, and we have a tribe to feed with many women and children. They took three of our hunters, my wife, and my father. My father they were only able to capture my wife because I was out at the time and she was guarding my father. Well, guarding, she was sitting company with my father and apparently picked up a sword to try and defend him and was taken.
So
Seems pretty heavy.
5 people in total.
Yes.
In case this has any effect, Cronus is physically exhausted.
Yeah.
And he was lagging behind
Yeah.
as we approached.
Would you like to take a rest before?
No, this is important. We need to.
No
Go away.
point in wasting time.
Still got time.
I got time.
Trying not to pull it out.
3:30.
All right, yeah. All right, just like
Yeah.
we got time,
Mm-hmm.
but like obviously looking.
Yeah.
I start walking toward
Shall
the
we
direction.
head out?
Yes. Let's go get
Here, allow me to give you some provisions.
Oh, we,
Before you,
okay.
he's walking with you as
Okay.
you are walking. And he gives you some arrows. These are poison tipped. He gives you 5 poison tipped arrows.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Cause I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'm like standing close, but like he's not really talking to me. He's just
Yeah,
like
just
looking at
kind of-
everyone else
yeah.
over top of my head, but I'm just
Yeah.
like taking everything. Like that's my goal. It's just like kind of hold everything and then
And we
Perfect
have.
servant, like.
yeah, just like
We can. He give you some rations.
bless you.
Darn you! There's another one that was coming out, and bless me too soon it didn't come out.
It's not very blessed.
I'm not gonna do that. Good.
So it's just the arrows
We have
Rations.
rations.
and rations.
Mhm.
Okay.
We don't have very much in the way of trading. We kind of stick to ourselves. It being this time of year, we don't have many. We are restocking. So we
So
don't-
it's all right. We're not here for trade. We just need to find what's all you. Don't worry.
well, I mean, my wife and unborn child and father and husband are missing and kidnapped. So I
Well, we
So-
work with the guild, so we're
don't know who those are.
experienced, well traveled.
I don't know the guilds, but thank you.
You say you have no leads on where they could be.
We had one of our hunters noticed to the south. Was checking traps a few days ago and noticed some tracks and broken twig branches that were not made by deer. Unfortunately, it was during a rainstorm and he was unable to track them further than a few miles to the south, but that was our best lead as of a few days ago. As I said, we have men scouting the woods, and that's the best we can come up with. They're very good at hiding.
Should we worry about them?
Oh, yes.
Should-
Oh, wait. Worry about our hunters or worry
The
about the kid?
hunters.
Oh, no.
Yes.
They won't harm us. If they see us wandering too.
Just
Incredibly innate.
if you, they're not. We're not an aggressive tribe. If
Yes,
we
but
see
your
those-
men are actively searching for a group of
Yes, if
bandits.
if someone comes up to you, simply tell them that Leader Fen Ackley sent you. Explain what you were doing. By the time that any of my men get to the point of coming up to talk to you, they have been watching you for a while.
Fair enough.
That's not unsettling.
Welcome to the Deadwood.
And of course, we just lost our tracker.
That's fine. Won't be a problem.
Right.
Naomi was a driver?
I'm okay at nature.
She talked
Could've
big
been.
talk.
It's like, what did she track?
We talked.
About tracking?
Well, she
Dog
got
tracking.
pretty good track of Lady Evelyn,
That's true.
or whatever her name was.
Vivian.
Vivian.
Lady Avenel is a different campaign. There's too many Lady Little ones.
Vince.
Yeah.
Get on our way.
Yes, I would like to go.
Wait, before you no.
All right. I'll
I keep walking this time.
literally hop onto the wagon.
Boing.
You think taking the wagon's a good idea?
I
Okay.
don't know.
What?
You think taking the wagon with us is a good idea?
Should we go on foot?
I
Bring
think
the horses? Or leave the horses in wagon?
would leave the horses and wagon unless
Go on foot. If they already went a mile,
I don't know
We
if
didn't
it's a
find
good
anything.
idea to leave a wagon unattended,
let's take everything.
full of things that were probably not acceptable.
yes.
Let's go then. Just take stuff with us.
I vote we take the wagon as far as we can.
Find a place to hide it, in a sense. That's what you're saying?
Until there's a
Alright.
better reason.
Let's walk into the forest and look for signs of
Unawares.
struggle.
Moving on.
That entire conversation, Oak, zero eye contact. with Finn. Zero. Not at all.
What are we looking at?
The ground. Maybe in front of us.
His feet.
Definitely nowhere near Finn.
Staring at Jax's feet for some reason.
They're very large feet, so.
Yeah, I stand there. I'm just doing the toe thing.
Like,
As we walk
very
in,
interesting pattern.
did he say where those hunters found that trail?
We can go back and ask. if you want.
It'll be another hour.
To the southwest.
Alright, let's
Head
go.
in this direction.
Let's just go southwest and fan out a little bit.
Keep our eyes open.
Spread out. Search for
Alright.
signs of a struggle or trail.
We
of
roll
travel.
a survival check.
Heading in the direction pointed, keeping our eyes peeled.
Do you know him?
How are we out of range?
I would only ask that after we're out of
Yeah.
range.
He might have. He's the one of the ones that found out in the first place.
We don't
He
like
and his
him.
wife.
Don't like
I don't.
her.
The only way anyone else would have found out was between. It was one or the other of them. I don't know.
But some people found out.
The whole village found out, and
But-
I don't know
So
who or which one.
you
If it
were
was
close
him or
with
not, or
them?
both.
Were?
He's friendly and affable and likable. But
Were you friendly with him?
I thought we were. I thought we were friends. I thought we were good friends.
Oh, I'm rolling.
Some of the
Insight.
food
Figure out anything
trusted.
just to find 19. Know anything about it? Just like if you're
Anything
like
under-
holding back
She's
more.
she's not. She's being she's honest, but you can tell that she still might not be telling the complete truth. Her face is a little red.
Okay. All right.
Or his, as Oak. As Oak, her face is really red.
Okay.
So,
All right.
as you go further in, the wood gets darker and more. Overcast is not the word, but the canopy gets thicker, and you're starting to see why it is called the deadwood. There are a lot of trees that creak and groan. You can hear the qualms through the branches of the dead trees. As you go further in, it's a lot of like redwoods and pine and very tall, so you can see straight ahead, but it's very dark above you, with only a few. What are you? Oh. With only a few bits of light coming through to tell you the time of day.
I want to keep an eye out for any of those hunters.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I'll
15.
Okay.
I've gotten back on my horse, by the
Okay.
way.
Perception.
It's a 15 for me.
21.
Okay. You don't notice really that much. I mean, you hear like creaks and groans and things like that. Oak. You would be traveling and you would hear a familiar like in the tree, which you would recognize as a hunter call, and without like doing like oh, ha ha, but like kind of glancing, you would see a movement up in the trees of what you would know because you did it, of a hunter hiding behind one of the branches.
Where's Kronos riding? In the very back.
In the back.
Okay.
I want to look for the trail we're looking for.
I want to see you.
I'll just kind of
I'm in the wagon.
whoever's closest to me.
I'm
I
riding
guess
in
it
the
would
front
be you,
with you.
because I would just be like, those are some unusual owls.
White.
I forgot to get this without the fruit, and now it's all just like mush. Sorry, you were looking for the trail?
Yeah.
Perception check, please.
13.
Okay. You come to a small, after traveling for a while, you come to a small little pond in the woods, and it definitely looks as if there have been.
Is this?
From what
Do I
I know,
recognize this pond?
from what I know, we should always just jump into the mysterious pond we come across in the woods.
The pond looks it looks like someone has been here recently by the tracks along the side of the bank in the soft mud.
Okay. Like boots? Boot prints? Or
Yes,
hooves?
boot
Or-
prints.
Okay.
Yes. You're not able to get like a full print, but you can definitely see where it looks like there was a boot print and then someone like tried to scratch it out with branches or something like that.
Is it could I tell whether it's fresher or older? Like,
Make a either perception or nature check.
Oh.
Okay.
Not 20.
Okay.
Natural 20, and
Nice.
it's a disadvantage.
We've
So
Oh gosh.
I take the 9 instead.
Okay.
7 instead.
Okay. And you don't know. You're just like, there's a boot print there.
I'll hold to
I don't know.
this.
You take some water and splash in your face. You, however, would be able to tell. You recognize this pond. This would be the halfway point between where you lived and the village. You're very familiar with this pond. You would be able to tell with a 20 that the print is within a day of being made. And you could be able to tell it was about 2 people by the depth and the size of the partial prints that you can find in the soft mud and then also in the brush around. You can tell that it is 2 a smaller form, about humanoid sized feet, and then a larger form.
Like large or just a
Bigger.
just bigger.
Bigger, yeah.
So within the last,
How old are these?
my brain just
Within
glitched.
within a day.
Within a day.
Mhm.
So there's 2. There's. I'll just say what?
I would say also with a nat 20, you would be able to tell that the size, based off of the way like the foot is positioned going in, like you can tell, oh, these are the footprints going in, these are the footprints going out. That the ones going in are a lot closer to the surface of the dirt than the ones going out, which would lead you to believe that they are carrying something, probably water, on their way back.
Which
Just rolled a nat 20,
can I
and this
tell
is
which
a familiar area.
direction the ones going out are going? Say towards the village or towards.
Something else.
Is there any
Oh,
life in this pond?
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Like fish,
yeah.
frogs.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some like reeds and stuff. It's about the size of the room, so it's
I
not
want
like
to get one of my cups from my pack
Okay.
and scoop some and drink it.
Okay. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, you rolled too many dice.
It's just pond water.
You didn't take
Yeah,
care
alright.
to like what dice you picked.
Uh-huh.
You rolled all of them and then
I know.
all of them again. I was like, okay, it's fine. I was just.
Dead ones all around. No, you're
Yeah.
fine. It's just pond water. It's refreshing.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell
Well,
which
that's what I
direction
was
they're going?
Make a perception check. Or a nature check. Not really.
There's
I think
tracks here, guys. Found something.
they're leading this direction. I think let's follow them. I think there's an area. I think I know that they might be leading.
Great.
Okay.
Just Oak
Should we leave the horses here?
just goes.
Is Oak a man?
Oak is a man.
Okay.
Like a kind of skinny.
Okay.
Like,
Is it the
almost
man we
like-
saw before?
Yes.
Alright.
Same way.
Are we leaving the horses here?
I was halfway. Like Oak.
I'll hop
just
onto the
going.
wagon and try to keep the wagon moving. Trying to keep up.
I'll leave my horse.
I'll stay on my horse.
Following.
Climb back in the way.
Going further in, traveling for another couple of hours or so.
Oh, we're following the trail.
Yes, following the trail that Ivy is leading you
Okay.
on. You come to what appears to be a what used to be a small hut. Not very large. It has since been burned down. It is kind of just the rubble and burned foundation.
Smoke.
No. Off to the side, about 100 yards or so away from the burned down hut, you would see what looks to be a long mound of grass, with a stick standing up from the one end, and a very dried flower crown laid on the stick.
I would like to make my way toward that.
Okay.
Before anybody is too far away, Cronus is going to cast Aid
Okay.
at 5th level
Okay.
on Daisy. Chiwu and Torellian, and he's going to cast it again at 5th level to get Ivy and Jax.
What does it do?
And at 5th level, it will do 20, add 20 hit points to your max HP and current HP.
Nice.
20.
Choose like I'm invincible.
Thanks. I'll check out.
Wanna go to
I think I
war?
found. Say Oak. I think I found your mom.
Why does it look like you? Is it verbal,
Does he really say
or is it
that?
kind of like subtle and we don't know, but you kind of feel a
Considering-
boost?
I think he
It's-
would have been ahead anyway. And
It's
just
verbal,
stopped
somatic, and
dead.
material. So he
I don't
pulls
think
out
the way across to there. I think that
His,
mound of grass.
Okay.
gun and just like tweaks it a bit, and he rather than pointing it at each of you, it just kind of like you feel a radiance,
So it's
bolstering
like
radiance. It's
temporary
just
HP.
Max HP modifier.
Make
What-
make an investigation check on the mound.
I'll keep an eye out.
20.
Man, you guys are
Dirty 20.
still. This is a grave. It's been here for a while with the amount of. It's not necessarily like the ground here is not like full grass because there's not that much sunlight that comes through, but there is some like low lying.
Shrubbery.
Yeah, there is some like ground covering and pine needles that have grown over it. Inspecting the flower crown, it
Catch it and it falls apart.
no, it's very well woven together.
There's like decay and like dust blows away in the wind.
You can
Dang
see
it.
that it's a flower crown of wildflowers, and some twigs.
An ivy.
No, that's been
Yeah,
woven
he's just like
throughout and
woven
placed
into it.
on the stick.
Are they daisies?
Is there a name on the stick?
I rolled
I
a
look back
Came
and see
into the
where.
clearing
Mm-hmm.
and I rolled to see which one it noticed first, and it was the house. Just stopped dead,
Stare at the house.
staring at it.
I look back and just those like frozen there.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I rolled a 14 perception. For anybody who
Okay.
look,
Are you
or
like
anything.
getting up and walking around, or are you
No, just
staying?
from the wagon.
Okay.
Like I went to the clearing, but then stopped, and I'm kind of like looking around
Okay.
to see any life, kind of
You don't
any
really
danger.
You don't really see any danger. There is some like birds and small animals, but you don't really see anybody apart from your group.
Okay.
I'm gonna just slowly walk towards that house.
Is the roof still
Cronus will get off his horse and go up with
intact?
you.
So for the house,
Or is it
the
just walls?
the walls are kind of like, some of them are like half height, some of them are like all the way to the ground. The foundation is still there, but it is very like black and burned. It was the walls are for the most part pretty well burned. It is still somewhat of a structure. There is no roof, but it's not like completely to the ground. You said you're going up to the house? You said, okay. Walking up to the door, you get to where the door was, and at this point it's just a blackened entranceway. Are you walking in?
I'm gonna stay 30 feet behind.
I think it's another slow to a stop.
Yeah.
with
Okay.
it. And like it just
Mm-hmm.
drops.
Color
Make
greens.
make a perception check for me, please.
Sharon's wear a
I'm
black
like
and
15
white
feet
one.
behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perception.
Mhm.
21.
Okay. You're standing there, kind of lost in your own thought, and you're just remembering and very much out of it. But then something catches your eye out of the corner, or something catches your eye out of the corner, out of your peripheral, and you look over and you see a full elfin man leaning up against, like sitting in a sitting position, leaning up against the wall, passed out, breathing, holding a very long dagger with, it appears to be scratches and arrows sticking out of him and large gash in his stomach.
Do I recognize?
Yes. This is one of the hunters that Fen said was kidnapped. He's a young man, a little bit older than you.
Which me?
A little bit older than Ivy. Long dark hair. He looks almost emaciated at this point, and oh my gosh, there's dust in front of my eyes, and very dirty and just scratched up, like so many wounds on him, and you see he's like raspy breathing. What?
I'm gonna turn. Or Oak
What?
is gonna catch him, look, go over to him and just see if I can get his attention or like.
Okay. Does a 14 hit?
14.
Oh gosh.
You're going over to him and kind of just like touching him and shaking him.
Well, you got it open.
Shaking him a little bit. You see him go from like ah! And strike out at you with the dagger.
Okay. Of course I get hit.
3 points of damage. So just like a light scratch on your arm.
Like this.
Yeah. And you see him like still in a sitting position, but kind of like collapse over like onto the one arm, dagger out, trying to like hold his guts in at the moment. But, like,
I'd be like, what happened? What happened here?
You cry out.
I would have went, and then he collapsed, and I would have went, what happened?
how are you?
Doorway.
If I
So
You
hear
hear,
her cry
you
out,
heard her.
I would have
Yeah.
like saw her go over, and then when she got hurt, I'd be like, "What is that?"
if I hear her cry out, how far away from the building am I?
About 100 yards.
All right, 100 yards,
100 feet, sorry, 100 feet.
100 feet. All right. I hear and I turn and just crouch and spring, fly basically across the whole distance, land on top of the wall. There, sword drawn.
You see what I just described, very terrified and in pain looking. It's actually essentially.
What?
Oh.
Essentially, very sexually. Essentially, porcupined, elf.
I'm gonna try kicking me out of the door.
Where are you?
Like,
It's like I'm picturing like
in the back.
the walls. and
Yeah.
the
At
door.
this point, I'd
Like,
say
I
with
try
him
kicking-
falling, he kind of fell in front of where the door was.
Did she see what happened with Ivy?
No, because she would have walked over out of frame, and then you would have seen her come back and him fall like forward a bit. So you see her stumble backwards, and then you see a figure like fall
And
and
then-
holding a knife.
Kronos would have been
I'd be
like,
like,
"What is
right
that?"
back.
Uh-huh.
So like, and pull out its gun. You would have saw that.
I'm just like, it's okay, and I'll give him. I'm just cure wounds.
Okay.
He's gonna let you touch him?
Charm him.
I will see. Where's my
Oh!
Giddy?
You're charmed.
Be charmed.
He gets 8 points of healing.
Okay.
Just kind of like I grab like on the hand that has the dagger, but healing, like just like.
You see him calm down a little bit, but he still is like very much not okay. I'm not going back.
Going back?
Back where?
To the Iron Society.
Higher society.
Iron.
You know where it is? Can you show us the way? We're looking for someone taken by them.
Are you working for them or against them?
We're to take them down, rescue Bartholomew, restore your captives. Say from the top of the wall. Very intimidating, like.
Yeah. Do you have any more healing? Tell your bunny to stop it!
Yeah, but it might hurt a little bit.
Hey, look,
I pull out a little stick and I
I
wave it in
think
front
I
of
have-
me, and
Peach potion?
Like,
Yeah, I toss him a healing potion.
Okay.
Daisy,
He's gonna-
you want to get in here?
does he
Yeah.
drop the dagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he'll. Yeah.
Stop it, brother.
Holding the healing potion, you see him put it down and start pulling the arrows out of his chest.
Oh, wait. Ooh,
Jeez, wait.
okay.
don't you know you don't just pull them out.
And then glug 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 glug.
It was actually a small one. It was just a glug.
A glug.
There was only one glug in the bottle.
Half a glug.
I feel like at that point is when Daisy would have finally reached him and be like, oh no.
You're fine, it's fine, whatever. All right.
Fine.
I guess I'm not
You just
needed.
stare like, do you need? You just need a little.
Were you taken by them too?
Yes, They took our leader and his daughter-in-law.
I'll hop down off the wall. Where?
About a half day's ride further south. I was
We're already there.
I was able to escape, but at great peril they killed one of the other hunters who were.
Blast.
That was his name. How did you know? They killed one of the other hunters that was with us.
I'm sorry.
Are you from the village?
Temporarily.
We were sent by the village. We had other business with your leader and mutual benefits.
I think we should keep moving though. I don't want to get too far ahead.
They're camped about a day's ride, or a half day's ride south. I would not advise traveling through the Deadwood at night.
Why not?
It's not called the Deadwood for nothing.
Is this in a clearing? So
Yeah.
how long did we travel after we heard that owl?
A few hours, I would say.
Okay.
So it's like evening?
It's like 6, 7-ish at this point. It is getting dark because the sun is not fully, like you would know from the time of day, the sun is not fully set, but from where you are, it is getting dark. But you can tell as it gets dark in the woods, you start seeing this glow coming from the trees and the like flora around. Looking back over at the grave, you can see that the tiny brush and shrubs that grew over it start glowing bioluminescent. A lot of the like vining going up the trees themselves aren't really glowing them necessarily, but a lot of the like fungi and vines and small shrubs seem to be glowing, which looks very lovely but also very ominous because it is pretty much not yet, but as it gets darker, it's that like the entire woods are pretty much pitch black, apart from the glowing. I thought she was still behind me. That freaked me out.
Full on black light stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
And now it's called Ravewood. Tiny little
I, for
chipmunk
one,
doing.
would continue on our way.
Guess not.
Fine.
Would Daisy know things about these woods living in the tower?
Yes. What you would have heard, which you would have done some, like, treks into the woods. Not all the way into, where Ivy lived, but what you know is that nighttime in the Deadwoods is very dangerous because of the darkness and the poisonous plants that give off a beautiful glow.
Everything that's glowing is poisonous?
Yes. Which, looking at it now, looking at the arrows that you were given, the tips of them are glowing.
Do I have those arrows?
Don't touch anything
You
that's
do now.
glowing, by the way.
Thanks.
Don't touch.
Don't touch it. Oh,
It's poison.
I'll go get dinner.
Yeah.
Don't go.
like your dad.
She was just over there with like some mushrooms.
It's best if we make camp here and wait till morning
Okay.
and
Mushrooms are poisonous to touch.
keep watch.
They're
I'm asking you.
oh sorry.
I would know.
Yeah, they're poisonous to eat. You living here would know that is not entirely true. They all of the plants that glow
Everyone else will be like,
outsiders are told that they are poisonous. You would know that some of them, depending on how they are prepared, can have some medicinal uses. Some of them are really great at making you trip balls. But for the most part, if prepared incorrectly, like if you just pick it up and eat it, poisonous. But living here, you know how to utilize most of the things.
Considering I have a survival of +6.
Yes.
Okay.
Just best not to mess with it. Like you can touch it, just don't ingest it.
If we touch it, do we get the bioluminescence?
Touch it and find out.
Okay, I'll touch it.
Okay. So are you just like blooping it, or are you like rubbing it?
I'm gonna like grab a leaf.
Okay. So the best way that I can describe it is, you know
Initiative.
when when you have a lightning bug and you smush it and you rub that kind of. So it definitely glows, but then it starts to fade very quickly.
War paint.
I think
For all of 10 seconds.
I think
Very
as the
fast
sun was
movement.
still kind of dusk before it completely set,
Mhm.
Oak would have just been like trying to look around the cabin just a little bit,
Okay.
but like in a looking without really looking.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Make a perception or investigation, depending on.
Nat 1.
Oof.
You were really not looking.
I'm really upset. Okay.
I'm just like, I don't remember that being there. Weird. Huh?
The roof.
It was more just like it's
Remember.
burned. It's
Mhm.
burned. It's coming down.
It's burned.
Me as a player, yes. I
Like
figured.
just it's so dim, can't really
Yeah.
see anything.
I will say the fire pit in the middle of the floor is still intact.
Do we know the guy's name?
I don't know.
What's your name, sir?
Phileas.
While he's distracted,
Um,
you
Phileas.
kind of whisper.
Do you remember what they look like? The captors?
Yes, they were a society known as
Probably in the middle of it, yeah. Like I noticed the fire pit and you're like,
hold on, one second.
There's no name on it or anything.
They were a
There's some
group.
glowing plants.
They were part of a group called the Iron Society. A covert branch of that known as the Black Trumpet Syndicate.
Ooh.
Their leader was a half-orc named Royd. He wore a white bear pelt across his shoulders. There were several others, about 10 or so, by the time that I left.
All on foot?
Some of them were on horseback. Most of them were on
I
foot.
found
They
the fire
had
pit in the middle.
a-
I think I could've rolled that one.
A cart that had cages that carried us. And we were pulled in. We don't really know what they were after. They just were carrying us further into the Deadwood. Myself and one of the other hunters, Friedrich, were able to escape.
The what
But-
trumpet?
Black.
The Black Trumpet Syndicate. We were not the only one they had kidnapped at the time. They took Bartholomew and his daughter-in-law, Lily, who is with child. They took myself, Frederick, and then Theo, another hunter. And they had with them a dwarven woman with several of her children. They had
From elsewhere.
yes, they were in the cages when we arrived. When we were taken.
How many cages?
It was about a dozen or so.
A dozen?
I was thrown into one with Theo. Frederick was put into one with this small bird-like man. Didn't really say much. They had this dwarven family of a mother and 2 children, all thrown into 2 cages. Rude.
I'm sorry, I
And
don't
they-
want to make you relive this.
No, it will help to identify. And they had a tabaxi. That's the word I couldn't think of. They had a tabaxi couple in a cage.
So they've been traveling
Yes, they
around.
were talking of selling us back to the society. They were taking the long way out of the woods, traveling further south, and doing a large arc back, and taking us, I'm not sure where.
What was the half-orc's name again?
Royd.
R-O-I-D.
R-O-I-D.
His first name's Stir.
No, his first name is Royd. Last name Royce.
Okay.
I've never met Royd.
Metroid. Careful not to stare at him.
Maybe we should ask Royd where to go.
Boy, let me tell you, the butt on him. That. Ashford.
Joke failed.
Thank you. I know. Couldn't commit. They said something about mining, taking us to mines. Further. Can I say that real quick, just so I'm making sure I'm getting the directions correct. mines to the east. Moria. Yes.
Is there mines in Florence?
Huh?
I ask you.
Very nice. No.
I don't know of any mines in these parts then.
The east?
East of where we are. There's not much there. Death's Door's not a mine. One in Sear? No. See,
Must have something really far east.
They were talking of this. They were talking of this mineral I've never heard of. I didn't. Unobtainium. I didn't ask the dwarven woman if she had heard of it. You, sir, as a dwarf, are you from the Broadmount?
I am.
Have you ever heard of Theramite?
Would I have heard of her?
No.
I have not.
Actually, wait. Sorry. No. You would have heard of it. You wouldn't have come across it.
Okay.
Roll a history check or a religion check for me, please.
Ooh. 5.
Theramite.
Sorry.
Theramite, you would know, is a somewhat, it's, from what you would know, mythical, ore that, legend says the Amiramars used to create the world. It's the material that binds everything. So you know how, like, everything in the world, in our world, for the most part, is carbon-based, or a lot of things are carbon-based. Everything here, according to legend, was made out of Theramite. But it's a myth. You've never encountered it. You've never heard of anybody actually finding a mine of it. It's just kind of like, you know, you tell kids, you're made out of stardust, you know, like, it's not an actual real thing.
You're not an actual real thing.
It's myth. Legend.
And he evaporates.
The ash in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Just
They were, have you ever heard of Theramite?
That's. As far as I know, it doesn't actually exist.
Well, they seem to believe it does. They were talking of mining it in the mountain.
In the right mounts?
They just, I'm not sure, they merely said in the mountains.
So they're taking slaves to mine a fake mineral out of mountains that don't exist.
in mountains east of here? No.
Is that what shit?
I'll help.
Yeah, twist it a couple times.
Goes this way. Always east.
Oh,
where
it's
we
the horseshoe thing. Those are mountains, right?
Yeah.
I think it's there.
The mines.
That's east of here,
The
right?
southern part of,
East-ish north.
not too much north.
It could be. No reason not to be.
It's a good map.
What?
Do you know where the mine is? I show him the map. I show him the map. I'll hold it right side up.
I'm not sure. They didn't tell us, you know, specifically, oh, we're taking you to the mines that are in this location. I just know they were heading
They're not
south
very good
and
villains.
east. And
Not really enough mine.
they were speaking of. I mean, they don't stand there and talk about their plans.
I mean, it could be off map, technically.
Well,
Unless,
let's get some
does
rest.
the world go past that line?
Well, they went off.
I've
the
never
map.
been past that line.
They went. They went east, out of the woods.
The woods
Go
don't
around.
end. The woods don't end.
That's
What?
west.
The woods don't end to the east. They go on
To
the river.
east. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what
We're after
our friend
It's the world
Phil
cylinder.
said.
Phileas?
Phileas, something like that, said they were going east out of.
The world is octagonal shaped.
Octagonal prison.
Yes.
Nice. There's a whole other side of the world we haven't discovered yet.
Who gave us this incomplete map anyway?
It's not like inside.
It was given by the guild. It's the guild. The guild controls everything.
You got orange, yellow,
Orange.
red.
Red!
I sit down and enter my trance.
So in the beginning of all that, when Jax had started speaking to the guy, he mentioned there's a mound over there. So Oak would have came by, grabbed Daisy.
Wait, I didn't hear the beginning of that story.
It's okay. You just get grabbed and
Well, I was
pulled
talking
along.
to the guy.
Really?
You just get grabbed.
and just like
Yank.
not like in a violent way, but just like a
Daisy was in the middle of
Need you.
collecting bioluminescent flowers. You just grab her. She just lips them nice.
It's all playing up.
the mound and the man, is he an eye line? Does he have an
Are we going crazy?
can you sense spirits or anything like that? I mean, do you have a spell like that? I don't know. It's a long shot.
Not one that's prepared.
Looks just
We're
like
about to take a long rest.
anything.
No. I can detect good and evil.
Yeah, let's do that on the grave. Let's send her into some more existential crisis.
Which will show me if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fiend, or undead within 30 feet.
Oh, yeah. Went up on
Ivy.
her, probably.
Ivy, make a nature check on the grave.
She doesn't want me to use my spell.
Who's I?
Yeah, who's Ivy?
11.
You would note that the plants that grew on this grave all have medicinal purposes for healing.
And is it approximately a month old? Okay.
They were taken a week ago.
Yup.
All right.
Which way is this?
It adds up.
It does.
They were taken a week ago.
I'm
The
hoping.
guy died and was
I'm
buried a
hoping
month
so.
ago.
Yep.
He was not part of that group.
So,
But they.
do you want to like dig it up?
No.
And dig it out?
No,
The grave's older than the
that
house.
would be bad.
buddy.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
That would be
Did you
disturbing.
find anything in that hut, by the way?
No,
Oh. Should I go check or worry about it?
it's getting kind of dark now, so you might not be able to see anything either.
I don't know if I can see.
True. If you want to go look, I'm gonna sit here for a while.
Easy's gonna skip over to you.
Flowers.
While they're this is while these guys are having that conversation. They're out of. She checks to make sure she's out of
Ooh,
line of eyesight.
yes, you are.
Does a quick, well, not really quick, but does a look around to see if she notices anybody else
Okay.
around besides us.
Okay.
Probably not. Is that a perception?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Just the grave.
I would say as it gets darker and you start scanning, you notice one of the fell beasts of the forest that you see, which I would say you're probably one of the few people that would be able to recognize this. It's not a dangerous thing. It's just a very, very large, like looking off and scanning, you see like what looks to just be some trees with the bioluminescence, and then you see it slowly. Like imagine the size of like
An elephant.
Moose.
5 elephants.
Oh, okay.
It's a big boy.
Like it blends in
Because
with,
redwood.
it
Yes,
blends in with the
it's-
redwood trees.
Its legs. Stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looking like this, you can't see the treetops.
Yeah.
It's like the.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So,
Can Daisy see anything in the water?
but the last thing I see
I
it.
wish I saw it.
It's a
Shrug.
good ways away, but
Is
you
that
would
the
notice
game?
that.
That's
But-
the game.
Notice it just seems to think that everything's okay. Drops into who she was before Ivy. She feels safe enough.
Yeah.
She drops into who she was before Ivy and begins casting. Where is it? This is gonna sound funny. Casts plant growth, but this takes 8 hours. So if I cast it as a ritual, so it's just if you cast a spell over 8 hours, you enrich the land. All plants in a half-mile radius centered on a point within range become enriched for 1 year.
Nice.
Oh
The
my
plants
goodness.
yield twice the normal amount of food when harvested. So she
Okay.
kind of just sits.
This will
This
All
will,
night.
it will take 8 hours.
this will take your long rest.
It will take my long rest.
You will suffer it. You will.
That's fine.
Okay.
And you're
It's
sitting
a
there,
similar like.
Yeah.
and you're sitting there as someone we don't know.
Well,
Correct.
Daisy saw me go over and sit down. You'll recognize the clothing because the clothing doesn't change.
But you,
Your face is not.
It is not the same. So if you came over, she has her kind of, I don't know, she'll be facing the cabin and the forest and the grave if that's impossible.
The cabin. So the cabin is here.
Mm.
The grave is like going this way.
Mm-hmm.
There is a slight like half wall here, like in the corner of the thing. So you would be obscured from those sitting in the house unless they went to like the far back of the house.
So basically,
Yeah. Okay.
What does it say? It's verbal and semantic, so it's just there,
Okay.
kind of.
Enriching
The land
Yeah.
around the focal point.
As you do this, you feel a warm breeze, like, just kind of pass over you and, like, encompass you a little bit. And you, not sure if you actually hear it, but you feel like you just hear, what?
Yeah,
Sorry. You never gave me a pronunciation,
I
okay?
tried.
Oh,
Names.
and you just feel the sense of like comfort come over you, and you almost enter like a trance as you're doing this.
where is your friend now?
Which one?
The other one that escaped with you.
Was shot and died.
That wasn't here.
No, that was right at the camp. He
Oh,
took some arrows.
you escaped
So-
right away.
He took some arrows, so I was able to escape. We were stopped and camped for a few days, so they could replenish their supplies before heading further on. That's when we made our escape. Friedrich was able to pick the lock on our cage, and he and I tried to run. He took some arrows for me and ended up perishing.
We found him. He had arrows in his chest.
He had like arrows in him.
Where were they?
They were through his back, sticking out of his chest. Like he had to break the They were shot
Okay.
at pretty close range.
Okay. I'm just surprised this guy survived.
Uh,
How many hours did he take?
About 4.
4 hours.
Average healing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Uh,
I got a bullet of healing. He wants to get shot.
Should just stuck him a couple times.
You'll feel better.
yeah.
Alright, I'm trancing.
Alright.
Everybody was
Hoping
there,
somebody
just
remembers to
sitting
keep
up.
watch.
Would you like me to
Oh,
light
Yeah,
a fire?
I'm semi-conscious.
Where are you? Trancing.
I assume there's a fire.
Presumably there's a fire, and I'll be like at the fire.
We can make a fire outside of the house.
Yeah.
There is a fire ring like in the center of the house. There's not like a fire ring, a fireplace in the wall. There's like a fire ring in the
So
center.
we're camping in the house.
In the house is where well that's
Is this
what
where he was doing?
is where he was setting up
Okay.
because there was walls defensive. But
I'll be outside the wall then.
okay.
But limited.
You guys-
I'll sit outside the wall next to the door,
Mhm.
trance off into the distance.
Okay.
I can see
You can
Ivy
only
sitting
see.
over there.
Mhm.
One direction.
We should have 2 people on
Watch.
watch.
Someone should sit on the other side of the house.
Other side of the house. So
Mhm.
the other direction.
Is anybody sitting like around the fire with him?
I'm sitting in one of the walled corners,
Okay.
if there's any,
Yeah.
Oh, be
Is-
by the
facing
fire.
the corner.
Okay. Did any of you hear the story of what happened at this in this cabin?
Mhm.
That's my first time here.
There was a old witch who lived here with her daughter. And they were members of society. We part of our tribe, very close. But she cursed her daughter to appear not as she was. She was unnatural and vile thing, transformed into this hideous creature. She tried to attack the son of our leader, Fen Ackley, while he was out with his fiancée at the time, Lily. She attacked them in a blueberry bush, in a blueberry field, and almost killed them, and ran off in her deformed state. We came back to question the witch, and she attacked. Not knowing what else to do, our leaders burned down the house and ordered her to surrender. She refused, locked herself in the cabin, and burned with it. Such was a good job on our leaders for saving our tribe from a witch who would curse her own daughter, and also the hideous monster, that unnatural, vile thing that the child had become. Does anybody have any snacks? I'm hungry.
I'll take first watch.
I could do with some eggs.
Eat this.
So that's the story attached to the cabin, and you're comfortable staying the night in here.
The witch is long burned. That's her grave out there, to the down the wall. You can see it grows the poisonous plants.
You cared to bury her?
Well,
Pull her out of the rubble? Whatever was left.
after the fire burned, there was remains, and we wanted to show respect for her as part of our tribe, and for the respect that we had borne her before we knew what she was.
Murdered.
Strange society.
She attacked our tribe. We offered her a chance to come out with her hands up, and she refused.
You're not worried about her coming back?
If you had seen the body, she would not be able to come back from and the unnatural beast of a daughter would be foolish if she returned.
Did the witch have a name?
We'll get
Cressa something or other.
Aphrodite back.
I say we kill this man. He's not any help. Anyway,
Okay, up down.
I'll walk up next to Torellian.
Okay.
Torellian.
He was
I'll walk up next to the merchant that I find in the woods, find us, and I'll stab him 3 times.
Not there!
No, I'll walk up to Torellian. Like, have you seen Ivy?
I'll point toward the grave.
What is she doing?
Do you see her crouched or sitting?
It's just sitting kind of cross-legged with the like
She's gonna
You don't
down.
You don't see the front
really...
from the house. You can't see the front of her. You just see
Well,
like
not, yeah, I just see her.
Yeah.
I know that's her,
yeah.
but I don't see any
She's
identifying
mourning
features.
over, I believe.
You hear whispering on the way.
Should we bother her?
I think she deserves her space for this.
You hear it knock.
As you
Knock.
I go to the door.
Knock.
I can't sleep.
The door of what?
Doorway.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, the door is burned.
I'm sitting facing the corner.
I
I
can
can't
take
actually. You're sitting facing the corner.
Yeah.
You're into the corner.
I'm facing into the corner and I'm falling asleep forward and knocking my horns on the wall. I'm cross-legged.
Freya's
sitting
just
like
over there.
humped over something and just try to stay awake. And
Why?
Grief does weird things.
Sure.
you want to take a closer look?
I'll let him go.
No.
I'll expect him. I'll kind of walk over kind of cautiously.
You look good.
Yeah.
Rose on his lap. It's kind of hiding there from.
I look around for something soft. So like a pillow or like a bedroll. Is there a bedroll? We have bedrolls, right?
You have bedrolls on you,
Alright,
but
cool.
a soft material in a house that burned down? No.
Yeah.
Ash.
There's
grab,
ash?
I'll grab
Fire.
the bedroll, Kronos' bedroll, and kind of stick it into his walls and put him up against it so his horns hold it there and it stops.
Oh, I was really hoping you were going to do what they do with the goats with
Whack!
the pool noodles.
Please do.
He only has one bedroll. I don't have a bedroll. I don't sleep.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Okay, yeah.
So it stops knocking. But I do it like I grab, like put it like holding your horn. I don't like touch. I think you can feel it.
Well, when you do that, like if it stops knocking, you'll like settle out and into it. Doze off.
To retake my post.
Not
I'm
see
still
what
waiting
happened.
there. Are you going back?
So I'm just sitting in the corner with a bedroll
Sorry.
on my head against the corner.
That was
Rose
nice.
laying on you. Okay. You guys talk.
Do we think Ivy was from here? Lived here?
Well, she seemed pretty shook up when we got here, but she
No.
recognized the
It's
place.
still over there.
And
Would you be able to hear?
She said
She
I was
seemed-
hearing, but I don't know if you would know.
the grave was.
I guess you would. You know, it's a
important.
spell.
I think
You
this is
generally can't hear what's going on around you.
possibly her mother's.
Story lines up to a point. Could
I think that's half the story. Doesn't seem right with me that that would be the whole truth. There's more to happen, I'm sure.
You missed Kronos falling asleep in the corner, going.
up against the wall.
Like hitting the wall?
Yeah.
As he's dozing off, his horns knocking against the wall.
I keep forgetting his horns. Listen. What was I gonna say styrofoam chips?
Sounds awful.
Packing
They're
strips.
Are they?
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Yes.
So have you ever looked at
wait till the
styrofoam
morning
and wanted to
until-
eat it?
Make any final decisions.
Yes.
Just wait till morning to make any final decisions.
Final decisions.
To what to do
Okay.
That.
Okay.
next.
Weird.
We fast traveled to
I
Tim
accept.
Town while you were away.
Okay. I almost fell, but I'm okay.
You mean about him or about the
Tell
situation?
him what to do next. There you
Ooh,
go.
package is being delivered.
What would we need to find? What's this face?
Because we kind of need Ivy in on this.
The man's. You guys look over, and the elf
Like me
guy's
if you need me.
asleep. He's exhausted. Poor guy.
I want to take his dagger away from him.
Okay.
And back at it.
Okay. You have a dagger.
All right.
I want a dagger.
And I will go at the other side of the building and then take first watch. Hoping someone will wake up and relieve me at some point.
Mm-hmm. Nothing really happens during your watch, I'll say. You do feel like you're kind of hallucinating a little bit because, like, looking out into the distance, it looks like some of the glowing vines and stuff are, like, moving a little bit. But you're like,
If there's any critters
mm-hmm.
within,
Maybe small rabbits?
like, in
Grabbing
the
distance.
clearing, like, yeah, I'll want to do something.
Okay, there is, like, a couple of squirrels that come up that you see are covered in a bioluminescent powder.
Okay.
That you see, like, running up and down a tree
Okay.
and, like, running across the ground.
I'll wait till everyone is
Okay.
either asleep or decide what they're doing.
Is everybody
I'm
doing anything?
entranced.
Okay.
I am asleep.
I always,
What's a better roll on my head?
Daisy would have tranced. I always forget that she can do that.
Okay. Drew, you doing anything?
He's just gonna stare at the fire for a while.
Okay.
If a critter of any type runs within like 50 feet of me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out a little stick.
Okay.
Kind of stick.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Alright, cool.
Are you throwing it at it?
No, I'm waving it.
Okay.
And you, it's the wand of
Okay.
wonder.
I keep making decisions, and then I keep instantly regretting those decisions. Very quickly after I make those decisions.
22.
You just did something.
Oh.
Life has consequences.
It's
Yeah, I got a 22.
it is a creature.
Yeah,
It's a squirrel.
I give.
So.
Yeah.
Do you take damage then? For that, or do you
No.
get to?
I get to do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
Oh, if you didn't target a creature.
Yeah.
Babe, why does it feel warm?
I was just thinking, like, I am burning over
Is the
here.
heat on?
No, I'm not warm.
I am so really hot right now.
Turn the fan on.
My hands are sweating.
It's just me and you go.
Okay. You psychically bond with this squirrel that is covered in like a bioluminescent powder. Yeah.
That's a diversion.
And it's not making like cohesive, like, all right, we gotta go to the store, we gotta get groceries, but its thoughts are more instinctual, and it's kind of just like, yeah, powder, more powder, find the
And he's
ladies.
like
Why-
covering himself with it. Okay.
Find the ladies, find the ladies. Flip up, flip up, flip up, ready, and dance. Okay, finally. Dance.
All right, that's what I do too. Then.
Yeah,
Nice.
not working. Shake it off. Shake it off. No colors. No colors. Dance.
I love it.
There's another squirrel that's like, dang it, Jerry. Got the good colors.
All right, thank
I
you.
don't know why this is squirrel voice, but this is what the squirrels sound like.
I like
Took
it.
all the violet.
Yeah, took all the violet, Jerry. Leave him with just the fuchsia. Preston doesn't like the
Wait,
fuchsia.
is it all different colors?
It's kind of like black light coloring.
So like,
All different colors?
Yes.
The music goes with it right now.
Oh yeah. And dance.
The different
Wow.
squirrel in the corner.
like
Play the piano.
swing.
It's just like a little like squirrel dance happening.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all I want to do.
Cool. Great.
Lost camp getting raided.
Woo! My package was delivered.
Alright, after 4 hours I'll be up.
Okay.
I'm
Same.
just gonna patrol
Okay.
around a little bit.
Okay.
I see
Once-
Daisy's up.
Once
Yeah. You awake?
I remembered that I'm an elf.
You don't usually chance. Welcome to the nighttime world.
Thank you.
It's been getting lonely. We're just have someone else up.
I was up the whole time.
Jack,
I walk into the building. Since you guys are up,
Yeah, take your risk.
Jack, did you?
He's just like,
You look like you've seen things.
Gretchen doesn't like the fuchsia. Gretchen likes the violet.
dance. Dance.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Tool. You guys are going on watch?
Yeah.
Make
What
it.
time is it?
At this point, it's like midnight-ish, because it was like 8-ish when you guys started going to bed. It's like midnight 1-ish. Make a perception check, both of you.
I'll help you.
I rolled an 8.
Give yourself advantage for my help.
15.
You get an advantage from his help.
I'll help you. Because I think you're better than I am.
20.
Perception.
Yeah, funny.
Oh my gosh!
Yep, you're better than me. I would have gotten something.
You hear noise
Yep, that.
from above that sounds like wind almost, and looking up, you see this giant glowing bird flying overhead, like pterodactyl-sized bird.
Do I feel danger?
It's a good ways up, like it's about half the way up, not quite to the tree tops or to the canopy, like still in the where it is able to fly.
It's a glowing.
Yeah, it is glowing with like splotchy patterned colors and stuff. But you see it flying, and as it flies overhead, it like shoosh, right above you guys, and like the bioluminescent stuff falls down on you.
Like, just to put in perspective, like, if she's basing these on redwood trees, they grow up to like 300 feet. So that's like 30-story size. So they're like, he's like 150 feet up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like this bird's head, I would say, is about the size of your car.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Don't travel at night in the dead wood.
So these are the beasts they were warning us about, I guess.
As
I
it
wonder why they're not attacking us now. Is it the fire? Keeps them away? Maybe?
as it passes, you hear the like whoosh of the wind, and you just hear like a low like sound coming from the bird.
Oh, it's
Rocket.
No.
Got him.
Maybe we just don't pose a threat.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check on Ivy.
That's a good idea.
You stay here.
Okay. I'll build on that side of the house.
Good, you do that. Make sure you watch out for birds.
Yup.
She's just sitting under your chair.
Or behind your chair.
No, I'm sitting here too. Yes, over here. There you go.
She's like, I don't look pretty now. I was sitting so cutely.
Daisy's just gonna slowly walk up behind Ivy.
Okay.
Aren't you
What does she
facing
see?
the other way?
Yeah, he's creeping up behind me. It's great. Are you being noisy or no?
It's just nighttime. I'm not being quiet or not.
Okay, we'll just walk him up. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Okay.
Is it just like mango juice?
So,
It's like
Good.
kind of creamy.
are you
Got from H Mart.
a witch?
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like H
Your
Mart.
mother?
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Do you
Like yesterday.
see
Why don't you guys go to H Mart?
elf?
I went Saturday
long
morning.
hair?
What color hair?
It's dark, like
You
deep,
want to
like red
Uh-huh.
and
I have-
deep
I have
blue.
Okay.
try? Okay.
dragon fruit.
Turtle.
Really
The
Daisy's
Capico.
not shocked.
Mhm.
good.
It's fine.
It's normal at this point.
It's like
Does your face look normal?
it. I mean, it looks different. It's just more higher cheekbones, slightly But-
Marvin?
more elven, yeah. But it's like kind of chubby. You know, you think she might be the same age as you. This elf looking Ivy. Ivy. You know, casting. Can I speak while I'm casting?
If it has a verbal
No, it's a
component.
verbal. It's a
Yeah, it's
component.
verbal, so I just kind of
You are speaking your spell,
yeah.
so
So I
you
just
can't
kind of
They're
speak.
chaining.
You could stop and then we start all over.
yeah. No, it's 8 hours
It's
long.
like you're
I've
doing
been
a dance.
going
It's
for
just
4
a-
hours. My voice.
Are there still the donuts?
Yeah.
I just
don't want
kind of look at you and just like
You don't want
raise
donuts.
my
I
eyebrows.
was, but then I remembered that I have
I'll take it
I
on.
want to do that later. Yeah, just walk around you.
I remembered I have 2 different types of cheesecake waiting for me.
You feel like
We got some from your mom, and then I ended up buying some at a bakery that we stopped at.
fresh, fresher.
Right?
Spreading. Just go back.
I'll continue patrolling.
Okay.
Just leave
You see some squirrels in a tree.
Do you mind?
Like the hair, like
Doing the hula.
Yeah. You see a fuchsia and a violet squirrel in a tree.
Nice.
Like facing off.
Mm-hmm. But like dancing. Dancing.
Yes, that is dancing.
No, it's like
Now you're
the
dancing.
peacock dance.
Ah.
it's 2 males.
You're doing the chest pump
Yeah.
intimidation dance.
Like full on swing, like through the legs, like everything.
Fighting for the love and affection of this beautiful little chipmunk.
Mm-hmm.
There were squirrels.
They are. But the squirrels are trying to get attention of the chipmunks.
Have them roll opposing intimidation checks.
What?
Can they roll opposing intimidation checks?
Sure.
Violet versus fuchsia. Who wins?
Okay, let me see what I got here.
Here we go.
I've got fuchsia. Oh, and violet. Oh! Fuchsia wins with a 19 as opposed to an 11 for the violet.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Gretchen likes the fuchsia tonight.
Okay. I sleep more soundly knowing this.
Nice mini game.
So the morning comes, and it's weird because everything, like, so you wake up, and everything seems to have like a glow in the forest. Like there's a mist almost, and it's got that like when you're like everything seems to glow with like a yellowish hue to it because of the mist. So the sun is coming in on an angle through the trees, and because of the canopy, there's a low-lying mist, and when the sun hits it, it kind of just illuminates everything in the forest with a that like yellowish glow, kind of like when there's like fog on the stage, and the lights hit it. It is not sparkly. There is, however, like every now and again little puffs of other colors that are like settling from the canopies.
From the what?
The canopies. The canopies.
Gotcha.
There's the canopies and the canopies.
And the canopies.
Nope.
And the Kano pies.
And the Kano pies. They're delicious.
Really sure Kano pies.
We get along resting.
Yep.
In the
We
morning,
did not get a long rest.
Hey, look! He ran away. Thank you.
in the morning, we're gonna have some fresh Kano pies for everybody, roasting over the fire.
Nice.
Yeah.
What'd you make them with? Squirrel?
I'm figuring those big animals with the long legs are called Kanos.
Sure.
Yeah, there's gonna be fresh Kano pies
Oh,
on the
yeah.
roasting over the fire.
Mm-hmm.
How long does that age spell last?
I think it's like
8 hours.
Yeah, like one Kano pie.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
yeah, our extra XP.
It should clear when you take your own
Yeah,
rest.
take a long rest. We'll just
Yeah, well, I didn't take a long rest.
Sounds like a person.
The elf elf man, the Phileas.
He wakes up tied up and gagged inside the pickle barrel.
I'm sorry, you didn't roll for that, so
No, then I wake up.
okay.
I wake up.
He's
and then
gonna
I was like,
wake
oh,
up.
darn.
Cronus is still sleeping.
As
Okay.
soon as like Oak is done with their thing, just change back to
Okay.
the Oak
It's
person.
like coughed in the middle of the night and it interrupted it. So
Aww.
With all the pollen I was born.
You're like trying to continue, but you've got that like cough. You're just like,
Bro, it's the worst when you're saying the Lord's Prayer.
oh my gosh. You're just like, Lord, and the Father, the Father. Yep. When you try to talk with a cough.
Inconsequential.
Yeah. So he is going to wake up and be like, are you all planning on continuing on this day?
Yes.
I can point you in the direction of where to go, but I would like to head back to the village and gather reinforcements. If Fen knows of the location of his wife and child, he will send help behind. I would hate for us all to go in and get captured or something.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
Just to make sure if he's like
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have any other intentions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 7. Yeah, it does.
You get the sense that this man was kidnapped and held in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to go back.
Okay.
Alright, no problem.
Good.
Be sure
Right.
to make yourself back safe.
I will.
Do you know which way you're going?
Yes.
Be the valiant heroes in this situation.
As I said, they were camped about a half a day's journey. That way.
Great.
I wish you all the
Did the,
best of luck.
do you happen to talk to the dwarven woman?
Very briefly.
Did she happen to say her name?
Emmeline.
That's my wife.
Emmeline Greenhammer.
Do we
Unless there's another name that I am just forgetting. I might have misheard her, so if she says a different name when you get to her, that's just my bad hearing. I'm deaf in one ear and also the other, so
This whole time. The whole time?
What?
What?
Yes, he's also blind.
Yes. When we found the well.
There's something behind your ear. It's a hearing aid.
What?
They don't like technology here.
Yeah.
That's why I took it away from him.
Okay, we ready to go then?
Yes.
I've been up for hours.
Well, aren't you just
Me
special?
Me too.
Oh yeah.
As you walk up, I'll go grab the wagon
Okay.
where I left it at the edge of the clearing. I
Got a
never
horse.
got it. That's funny. Do we want to let him go?
No.
He's starting on his walk back.
Can I take the little one?
Okay.
I'm getting my horse ready to go.
Go for it.
I like,
Okay.
yeah,
Let's
like,
go.
kind of like secretly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll like wait until he's like
A bit away.
even like 100 feet away.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'll wait a decent
Doesn't
amount.
this thing only have a 50-foot?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, does not. It's 120. $57.
He's not one than the elf.
Turns out you were right. He's walking, and then all of a sudden, he is blinded. And just, you see, as he's walking, there is just a blanket of darkness. Just
Wait,
kind of-
what?
he just, knocks himself out.
Are you okay?
He knocked himself out. And fell
I'll
on the
go
ground.
see if he's okay.
He's fine. He's just unconscious.
As he gets near,
You,
you,
as you
wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah, as you get closer, you enter into a like thing of darkness.
Great. Magical stuff.
Yep.
Guys, something's going on here.
I'm drawing a sword.
At the name of sword.
Someone
No,
cast
no.
a spell.
It's fine.
Look around, try to find that one.
Trillian,
Who? What?
Trillion, follow my voice.
I'm out of the darkness.
Trillion.
What?
It was me.
Why?
You see
Let's
a
go.
glowing,
You jerk.
a glowing fuchsia squirrel leading you into the clearing.
He's like
Follow me to
human
breakfast.
sized.
Congo line, Terrellian, Congo line.
You didn't do the drugs, remember?
As the dude fell, it kind of puffed up.
Yeah.
Toxins.
Ah, I want to travel
Don't
at
go
night.
traveling in the Deadwood at
we
night.
came for.
Alright, let's move. Move on.
Good idea.
Just now, he's just might not make it back. Why can't
Oh.
I look at...
I can't pronounce
What?
When everyone was waking up, that was about the time that I
You let the dogs down the eternal
came out
stairs.
of it. No.
Yeah.
I didn't want the guys to.
Eternal stairs.
It sounds like they're just eternally
I
falling
look like
downstairs.
this tough-ish, scrawny, dusty blonde guy. Jesse, what's dusty blonde? She doesn't know.
Blind with dust in it.
Blonde? That's like.
You see the color of his hair and the color of his hair? Combine it.
It's a hair. You mean dirty blonde?
It's yeah,
Yeah.
dirty blonde, short.
Yeah.
But like lighter than a normal dirty blonde.
Yeah.
So it's not like white blonde.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit like.
Like a dusty blonde.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like take blonde and then make it dusty.
Gotcha.
Like it's almost. It's not gold.
Yeah, it's like a dusty blonde. It's like a dirty yellow color, you know?
Like, think disgusting yellow, and you got it.
Yeah.
Is there any other way to describe just not getting this color? Just okay.
It doesn't.
It's
I
like
keep
tan,
getting a green
but
screen on this thing. Why? There
So
we go.
are we traveling at this point?
That
Oh,
dark
I don't know. I was still sleeping,
Okay.
so
I'm
Why
trying
don't
to
you guys
leave.
get ready to leave it? It fades.
I think-
and the poor guy is
I think
passed out on the ground.
before
Alright.
we left Oakwood
Okay.
Oakwood. Ha!
try to look around in the daylight, look around the cabin again, and like.
Okay. Make a perception check for me, please.
Better than that one. Oh, that was better than that one.
Hey, you got 2 ones.
Yay! All right, perception would be 14.
You see Kronos sleeping in the corner
With the bedroll.
with a bedroll propped in his head up against the wall.
With a 14. Oh my gosh, this thing's gonna make me fall. You.
Black. Okay.
Yeah, you see your old room, which does bring about like a sense of sadness, and you also find your mother's old room, which
Wait, I was picturing a 1-room.
Same. Same.
it's kind of like
Is this a barge situation?
no, it's kind of like one main room with then 2 smaller rooms like off the side.
Can we go back and replay the whole last night? So
Yeah, I would have slept in the bed if there was a bed.
burnt bed.
I recognize them as bedrooms.
Also, I will retcon the name of Emmeline to Thermatalin.
Thermatal.
I don't know. Let me just Jesse, how would you pronounce that name?
Thermatalin.
Thermatalin. Let's go with that. Okay, that's a great idea. I like that name. Let's go with that. Thermatalin. Close enough to Emmeline.
Close.
Close enough. You do find one of your mother's most prized but also most hidden possessions, which was a camera photograph of the 2 of you that she kept hidden, which you would know under one of the floor sections. Because had the tribe known about it, they would have been very unhappy with her for having that. But you find it, and it is a picture of she had never shown it to you. More so, she had talked about a time that you had traveled outside of the Deadwood when you were a baby, and would tell you tales about this and stuff, and you knew that she had had this photo, but upon looking at it, it is a picture of your mother holding you, and then standing next to her is your mother.
Great. Let's stare at that for like 5 minutes.
Violetta, your actual mother, you can see is like you are like bitten in it. Is kissing your forehead while your other mother is holding you like for the picture.
Okay.
Okay. She's a spooky cat. She's a spooky little lady.
You should have seen Jessie spooking her earlier.
I was sitting over the fly swatter.
Like
She was chasing her.
She was sitting right there and I was standing there just doing the pat 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 pat.
From there to there.
That is the truth.
Edward watched.
He didn't watch, he was playing his video game.
I was aware of what was happening.
Insight check on Edward.
Yes.
It's a 9.
Truth.
Plus 13.
Truth.
Are we traveling
think so.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting to leave.
Okay.
I had the wagon,
Eventually,
I had the wagon
stick it in
ready.
my pocket. Yeah, Kronos.
Sitting on my horse, looking at the horizon,
Just gonna be like,
trying to see where I go.
Freya's coming is on. I like to think that it's like a bedroll that's like in half and just like wrapped around.
He
I think it was
has curly
just stuff
horns.
between my
Oh, between
horns.
He has curly
It
horns.
was big enough to where it
It
Ah.
was
hit
just
the wall
against the
before my
wall, and
horns
he
did.
was leaning against it. Like you
Got
put a
it.
pillow against the wall, and in the
Got
car you sit against the back of the seat. And you just,
I was thinking it like got wedged between my horns.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
You still have Joyce?
You look over at Freya and see that she has been playing with some squirrels and is covered in some like multicolors, and she's just like, ha ha ha.
probably a little bit of ash.
Come on. I'm gonna climb in the back of the wagon and lie down.
Okay.
I'll steer.
So how many days are you going to be exhausted for? 3 more.
He's gonna try to get another long rest in
You
half a day
can't,
travel.
you can't benefit from more than one long rest in 24 hours.
Well, that was last 24 hours. This is the next 24 hours.
That's how time works.
But then you won't be able to get rest from tonight.
Yes.
So the further in you get, you do start seeing what looks to be the markings on the ground of another wagon.
Getting close, guys.
Yeah. Are you guys stealthing, or are you guys going?
Should probably hide the horses.
Go barefoot.
Go barefoot from here.
Can I do something before we get to that point?
Yeah.
I'll talk to Kronos. So, Kronos,
Wake him up.
that cape you got back in the city,
Oh yeah.
would I be able to borrow that?
For how long?
Maybe just today.
Sure. Yeah, why not? I'll give you the keep of Mount Bank.
Yes.
Would you like to climb like a spider?
Oh, that's not terrifying.
Like, be able to like
It doesn't take attunement, so I'll
move
just take it.
up and down and across, like
Like
and upside down.
fly?
No. Like you're walking, but then like you walk up one of these trees, and then you can walk along the
I can
branch.
actually. I can almost do that.
I know you can jump, but like you can just stick there and just. I could
Of
do
course,
that for you
yeah.
for like an hour. I can concentrate on that for an hour, and you can be like the lookout there if you want.
Yeah.
Just make sure you come back down before an hour's up
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
if you want to do that.
For sure. Yeah. I don't have the best eyesight.
So you can get a climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
I'll take it.
Just for an hour though. Be careful.
Alright. I'll help tie up the wagon and the lizards.
Tap my horse with the wagon.
I'm gonna wait until we're ready.
There's a long enough leash that he can graze on the shrubbery.
I will not do that because I do not know how to.
Okay.
No of that technique.
Loosen the reins a little bit. Let them eat.
Okay. So you guys are continuing on foot.
Yep.
Everybody to make a stealth check.
I'm gonna
I
kick,
will-
and I'll be like a cat. Casting spider climb over.
I'll like moonwalk up the nearest tree.
no.
Stealth.
Yes.
That is a grand total
This is great.
Oh, now you guys roll terribly.
of 7.
5.
8, actually it's 8. I rolled a 1.
6.
17.
25.
There you go.
In the trees.
He just.
Jumping from
If I'm
tree to
holding,
branch
if
to
I'm
tree.
holding
I
row,
guess.
do I need to roll?
No, you're holding yours.
Or is it literally like trunks and then at the very top branches, or like there's some branches?
There are some branches in the tree, but
I'll
it
go from,
doesn't.
like,
There is
branch.
definitely.
Or I'll literally just jump from tree trunk to tree trunk.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Continuing on.
And I'll have my suit black side out.
Continuing on, you start hearing
It's reversible?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
a bit of chatter up ahead. And peeking around the trees, you see a wagon with, as described, cages atop it, and people inside. And there are about 10 or so that you can immediately see people walking around of all different types of races, walking around the cabin or walking around the wagon, loading up provisions, cooking things over a fire. You do see sitting at the fire is a, as described, half orc wearing a white bearskin cloak.
As soon as we see them,
Uh-huh.
Ro's gonna start casting a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna warn them, guys, slow down. They're right up here. Copy that.
Okay. I would like
Who
you
doesn't
all
have
to make
that?
a
You're right.
perception check, please,
I don't have name.
to see if you can eavesdrop.
You don't.
Bailey had.
Yeah, you have one. 21. So it's the two of you don't have. I'll turn you guys. We're getting close.
26.
Stay alert.
14.
I find like a hollow in a tree.
What'd you guys roll? What'd you
What
guys
did I-
roll on perception?
To eavesdrop.
18.
18.
For everybody?
Yes.
23.
Or actually,
Okay.
I might not get it.
So Chiwu, Jax, and Daisy.
Yep, it was. I
You
should've-
guys, you hear from being above essentially, and you guys from sneaking in hear Royd speaking to his party, and listening to what he's saying. You hear him go, "We've only got about a week or so to get these slaves back down to the mines." And one of the his attendants, who is a little goblin, is like,
Don't understand why we couldn't just grab people closer.
"You heard what Mr. Walker said. He wants all different kinds. He doesn't know who's gonna be able to mine this stuff. And I ain't one to make him angry. Who knows what he's able to do nowadays? You saw what he did to the tower, didn't you?"
Yeah, that was fun.
That was mighty fun. But yeah, we best be getting ready to head out in a bit. Hey, you! You see him pick up a rock, throw it at one of the cages, because one of the tiny little dwarf babies is crying. Throws a rock at a cage.
Make it cry louder.
"You shut that thing up!" And these are curses in dwarvish. Alright. Get this show on the road. We gotta make some good time today. And I'm ready to get out of these cursed woods. And that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
There we go. I was like, I'm not gonna figure it out. But yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.